In this video, I'm going to show you why being able to do direct mail is like having a superpower. So welcome to day number 4 of the 30 days to 3K in MRR challenge. If you're new here, my name is Nick. Last year I built a 6-figure online marketing business. And in this challenge, I'm going to start from scratch in a new industry and build that business, that online business, up to at least $3,000 in recurring revenue. At least that's the plan. So what did I do today? First of all, happy 4th of July to the Americans out there. So first thing, I reviewed the list that my VA built yesterday. If you watched yesterday's video, you saw that I hired a VA to create the prospecting list to find the people who I'm going to send direct mail to. And so my virtual assistant is in India, so he works while I sleep, so always in the morning I can review things. And it's nice on the one hand, but also sometimes there are unpleasant surprises. It was kind of a mixed bag today. Honestly, he did well in the quantity, so I said to do work for 2 hours. It's always important to cap the work that you have your VA do in the beginning so that you can correct changes. I once had told someone to like do an entire list. They worked nonstop for like 12 hours, and then there were all these problems, and had to redo it. Anyways, cap it. I said 2 hours, and then I sent back an actual video of the changes that you should do. There were a few formatting issues. So did that today, finalized the direct mail piece. I had it finished yesterday, but sometimes it's good to just take a day off and then look at it again with fresh eyes. So there are a few more tweaks I did to that. And then I set up mail merge. So mail merge is such a time saver when you do direct mail because it allows you to merge or to create direct mail pieces directly from your prospecting list. So I can actually show you what that looks like. So this is the prospecting list, and I have another Google Doc with the actual direct mail template. And what this plugin, it's called Autocrat, does, when I start it, it automatically merges these fields like the name and the business name into the direct mail pieces, and it creates one PDF with all the different businesses. So I set that up. It took longer than expected, but that's done. And once I have it, it's a huge time saver. Okay, so let me talk about direct mail in general, because honestly, it's been the most impactful lead acquisition source for my business. I'd say 80% of the revenue from my business I can directly attribute to a direct mail piece. So why direct mail? Well, first of all, you can get through to almost anyone, even hard to reach people. So an example of someone that's hard to reach through other mediums is a doctor. A doctor, it's hard to call them because they're always doing something, they're in surgery, whatever, and they're gatekeepers. So you first have to call someone and qualify yourself or tell them why you should be able to talk to the doctor. Most of the time that fails. Even if they say, okay, well, he's probably not available. So with direct mail, everyone has a mailbox. And if you structure your direct mail in a way where it doesn't look like junk mail, you're almost guaranteed to have it open. So what I use are these manila, I don't know if I call them manila envelopes, bubble mailers. Yeah, I think they're called bubble mailers. I use these bubble mailers and I hand address them. It looks like something that would come from eBay or some other seller or something they ordered online maybe. So it's something that the secretaries don't open, or if they open it, they don't toss it right away. So it commands attention. It's something that they actually get to open, and opening is the first step because now you have the chance to actually display your message. And also compare it to other channels. Like if you click a Facebook ad, you can click it and then go back right away, like bounce. Like if you have a Facebook ad running and someone, let's say you're targeting doctor, a dentist, they click it, they don't like the design of your page, boom, they're gone. Email, same thing. You can send an email. They probably don't even open it. They just archive because they get so many. With this, it's really something that's harder to ignore. Of course, they can throw it away, but at least they'll open it and see the first few words, which can be enough to get their attention. Third, it's underutilized. I think direct mail is actually more effective now than than like a decade ago, where it was more popular, because people don't get mail. People don't get like personal addressed mail as much, or at least I don't. And every time if there's a channel that's less crowded, whatever you do will stand out more. So everyone's going to Facebook or LinkedIn or email. Those are becoming crowded channels. So this is really a uncrowded channel, relatively uncrowded. Of course, people get junk mail, but this doesn't fall into the same category as junk mail, because junk mail you can tell from like in an instant. This, you don't know what it is until you open it. And then lastly, it's cheap. It costs $1.19 to send this out. Now, some of you might think like, oh, you're sending out 900, you'll spend over $1,000 in shipping. Well, that's really not that much to reach 1,000 qualified prospects with a service that costs $500 a month. If they stick for a year, that's $6,000 per customer. That's really not that expensive. And also, $1.19. If I go to Whole Foods, I can't even buy a chocolate chip cookie for that. So it's in my opinion, it's very cheap. I don't know how the USPS does it to actually deliver this across the country for so little, but I'm glad it's the way it is. And yeah, even compared to, you might say like, oh, well, cold calling is free. Well, you have to think about your time too. If you go and cold call for an hour, how many people are you really going to get through to? How many people are going to be exposed to your message? Probably not that many. And then you have to value your time. If you're starting out, you're probably not going to value your time highly, but still, it's like phone calls. Phone sales is one of the most expensive advertising method out there, even if it appears free. And other channels, like right now, Facebook ads are super hot. There are all these courses on how to get clients with Facebook ads. Well, the reality is it's not that cheap, because a click can cost more than $1.19 with Facebook, depending on how you target, who you target, what your messaging is. But yeah, a click doesn't mean anything like that. They might bounce right away. So, oh, another thing, it's simple. It's so simple, and it's something that will probably work for the next 10 years. So with Facebook, you have to adjust all the time, make sure that you're on the cutting edge. This is very simple. You don't need to build, you don't even need a website. If it's good to have one, but really you don't need one. You can just keep it simple, and if you keep things simple, it's easier to just do a lot of it, and without thinking too much and tweaking, which can really get in the way of getting results. Okay, so that's my take on direct mail. If you're not using direct mail and you have any sort of like consulting business, or any sort of B2B business where you have addresses of potential clients, I strongly suggest you give it a go. In tomorrow's video, I'll go a little deeper in what the direct mail piece actually says, because if you get someone to open this and then all you have is crap as the copy on the page, it won't get you very far. So in tomorrow's video, I'll talk a little bit about the content of the direct mail piece. So if you're interested in this kind of stuff, go ahead, subscribe to follow along. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. If you do, just write them in the comments. I'll answer there, or I'll answer in the next video. Okay, bye.